Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna be holding. Yeah, I got it. I'll be holding a mic to my face because I'm gonna be recording this for all the people that couldn't come this evening. But yeah, I'm so glad that everyone was able to come. Before I get started, does anyone have anything particular that they wanted something really highlighted? I know you brought up the image gallery. Um, and no, you're fine. Uh, does anyone else have anything particular, or are we just here for the ride? For the ride. Okay. So my demo here for you guys, I've made a Dungeons and Dragons guide. Um, so I have a finished prototype copy right here. On the top here, we have tabs. Uh, LibGuides, you also have an option to make these tabs go to the left side. I'll show you how to do that as well. This is my little top box, and then I go into my columns where you can already see a whole bunch of different stuff I can include onto my LibGuide. Some basic things. I know I've tried to include some things that I know your professors will want for you to include. So one of them may ask for a best bet, which is essentially like a tabbed box to give a user what you as the expert of this LibGuide would recommend are the best options if someone doesn't have enough time to go through the entire LibGuide. A lot of embedding media here. Let's see. And then I will be going through how to include books from a catalog. I'll show you how to do the image gallery. Again, this is more of similar flavors. I'll try not to make things super repetitive. But this is the type of content, sort of format that should be familiar for you. Hi, you're fine. So we're gonna just start right from the beginning then. As I was explaining to one of y'all, hold on, let me go to LibGuides. Yeah, so you should be at this screen right here. Not necessarily, I don't know, y'all should have the admin.php, but the URL here, https simmons/libapps.com. Another thing that may look different, the page or this login will sometimes automatically take you to LibApps, and you don't see that create a LibGuide option there. So you just have to go to this top left area and then just go to LibGuides, and it'll redirect you to the appropriate place where you have to make your LibGuide. So we're going to start from scratch. So I'm going to click Create Guide. So we're going to go D&D Workshop Guide. And then we're going to create that guide. Now this looks very overwhelming, this vast blank and white, but we'll go one piece at a time. I know a lot of people are interested in the cosmetics and such, so I've included this banner right here. So if you're interested in putting an image at the top of your LibGuide, I will note this area where the Simmons is, you are not allowed to edit. You will not have the option to edit that. This over here is the only parts where you can start editing. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So basic fundamentals of LibGuide, you're going to add a box. And so it gives you an option to have a big horizontal box at the top. This will typically be called your introduction. And this is standard. This is where you also can play around. So if you want an image gallery, this is where you would click gallery, or that best bet box, that's where you would click tab. But since we're doing old basic, we're going to do standard. And then we're going to click save. And then you have this little blank box. To add an image, again, very important, it's going to be considered rich text / HTML. So when you click that, you're going to get a lot of options. To add an image, you want to click your reliable landscape icon right here. And you have several options. You can either put in a URL from the internet, or you can upload from your machine. I'll show you how to do both, but I'm going to click upload new image, and I've already it already remembers some of my images. It doesn't know that one though. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to click OK, and there it is. My image is in this box. It's very overwhelming. I'm going to click save and close. It just seems maybe a little bit too big, so I can edit it. So when I double click that image, it takes me back to that option. I have found out that the width that it needs to be is 1700 to fit it appropriately, and then it scales that height for it. Oh my gosh, no, I was wrong. What is it? Oh, 1170. So to edit, you just click this little pencil icon on the bottom right. Edit. I'm going to double click again. 1170. There we go. Now it looks correct. Then I want to include some content right here. So typically your introduction, you're going to address what your LibGuide is about and who your audience is. I also recommend, this is what I did for my original LibGuide. I put all of my information, my outline first on a document. So then all I have to do is sort of copy paste and fill out the LibGuide. And it'll just be speedier for us as I just do this. But LibGuide is a little bit funky with copy and paste, so hopefully it doesn't. No, it's good this time. Yeah, with formatting. Go ahead. Proportions? Yeah. Yeah. So save and close. So when I put in an image and I want to edit it, so I'm going to click this bottom right little pencil icon, and then I'm going to click edit. So it now exists in this box after me adding it. I'm going to double click it. And then here, width and height, I can edit its size. I looked up what's the proper banner width, and it's 1170 value. And so right now with this little lock ratio, that means the software determines, so then it's not like stretched out. Yeah. So that's how you edit this size. So I save and close, and then I added this text right here. So that's my little top box. Let's get into some of my YouTube videos that I have right here. We can do add box, title of the box, video, introductions. And I want it to be standard box. I don't want anything visually extra. So I'm going to add a media / widget. So this is where you're going to put the video information. So I'm going to go to this YouTube video that I have found for this. I'm going to use that as my name. And then you need embed code. So you'll find with YouTube videos, you're just going to right click this video, and then there it is, copy embed code. And you just paste that in there. And there it appears. And then you have to include annotations with all your items. So you then add text onto the bottom here. And I have a humorous fast-paced guide. There you go. Save and close. You probably want to include a little bit more information than that, but for sake of brevity, that's what we got. Yeah, so that's how you include the video and the text. Let's say I want to reorder this. I just click right here. Yeah.
The picture is medium, right?
Medium?
Yeah, the link,
Below
below the link.
the link.
The list of the function. Here. Edit.
Oh, you want it to be the video size to be smaller?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you just again, click edit. You can edit the dimensions. Here in embed code, there's iframe width equals number, height equals number. So if I wanted it to be a little bit smaller, I can make this 300. And I'll make it thinner. Yeah.
You can change the number, right?
Yes, yes. So I'll do that again. You just click edit under that item, and the embed code, there should be a width and height. Just change these values to change the height and width of your video. Yeah, good question. Thank you. So if you want to reorder this, you're like, I want to put the text on top. You're going to click the add/reorder. You click reorder content, and it's going to create this sort of UI, and you could just drag this and put that on top if you like, and then click save order, and now it appears on top of that video. Yeah. Other fun little embedded items that you can have. Let's see, you can have a playlist. I have my own sort of Dungeons and Dragons tavern playlist that thought it would be fun to add. And I've copied and pasted from Spotify. It works the same way on Spotify. You hover over the name of your playlist, and then there should be like a share option, and then it takes you to the side and it's like copy embed code. You essentially are just looking for that embed code word. So again, media widget, playlist. Then put in my embed code. Again, you can edit width and height to make it a different size, but there you go. With this, I kind of don't want the box around it. So what if I want to get rid of the box? So I'm going to click that little pencil icon, and then I'm going to click display box without borders, padding, or box title. And so it will just have this symbol right here to indicate that it's not going to be shown. But if you ever want to see your work in progress, you're going to go to the top right here, guide preview, and it'll show you what your guide currently looks like. And there you can see that there's no box around it. Okay. Let's see. Now, let me go over the different tabs at the top. So if I want to add a new tab, I just click that plus button, and then I'm going to put in the title of the next tab that I want. Let's see. We have D&D books. I imagine a lot of you will have books in your LibGuides, and LibGuides have a great form of just putting in an ISBN number, and it'll bring up the information. So let's see. I want to add the player's handbook. Standard box, and then I'm going to click on, where is it? Book from the catalog. All right, and so I've saved the ISBN number right here. And then I'm going to paste that into the ISBN, and then I'm going to click get book info. It's going to fill mostly everything out. Again, your professor will want you to delete this description. This is like automatically pulled from whatever catalog that it's pulled from. So you don't want to plagiarize that. You want to put something in your own words right there. So you want to delete that or replace it with your own description.
We shouldn't have changed the description from not to just a copy and a paste instead.
Say that again?
Yeah, I mean the description, I can put my own words.
Yes.
Instead of just the copy and the paste
Yes.
the original into the box.
Yes. Right. So so putting in the ISBN, it automatically generates a description. You can delete it and put in your own description in there. Yes. Yes. So I've come up with my own description here that I'm copying and pasting because I wrote it out beforehand. And then also with the cover art, you can manipulate the size of this picture. and you can do large. And there you go. It shows the book and the information. I'm going to do that 2 more times. So we're going to do DM handbook. Save. Again, I want a book from the catalog. I have my ISBN number, get book info. I want to get rid of that pre-made description. And I'm going to put in mine that I've typed up previously. And I want to make that picture large. And then one more time. The monster manual. Book from the catalog. Get that ISBN number. And then get rid of that description and then make it large. All right. The problem with this is that there is a big emphasis on this middle column, and you kind of want to put the same emphasis on all of them. I don't want to make one seem more important than the other. Sort of like in home, you'll notice that this middle column is wider than the other two. So let's go back to D&D books. Here you have layout. Here you can change what number of columns you want and what sort of ratio. So here we want the first column to be the biggest, the last column to be the biggest, and then here we want equal. And this is what I want. I want each one to look the same. There we go. They all look the same now. All right. I can also, let's see. Yes, all right. Moving on. Let's do D&D resources. I'll share one more thing. And then I'll go into more complicated boxes. D&D resources. So for this one, let's see. I'm going to include, I didn't do this in the other one, but typically you want to put some sort of description at the top, describing what is the purpose of this tab, what's significant about it, what are you sharing in it. So it'll look something like that. Let's see. Let's make a slideshow of these materials. Well, actually I don't want to because those are links, but I'll show you how to do links. So, let's do Don John. Is the name of this resource. And if I want to include a link, there is a link option. Then I could put in that name and then put in that link value. And then I can include a description with it. Where is it? Oh, this is D&D Beyond, not Don John. I'll go back and edit that. Oh, and then edit. Forgot to put in that description. There you go. I've now successfully made a link and an accompanying description with it. All right. So that's how you do that. If I wanted to make a gallery of this, I'm going to do an example. Gallery. Type. I'm going to do gallery box. Save. And then you want to click that gear icon as it tells you in that description. And it's going to give you this funky looking UI, but all you have to do is add new slide, and you want to say, I want to include a book. Okay. I'm going to type out my book, and it just sort of knows. It should at least. Yep, Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook. So if I wanted to do like Pride and Prejudice, it's going to give me Pride and Prejudice. So this is not something that you have to load up values beforehand. It's a whole just catalog, and you pick from them. So let me go back to Player's Handbook. There it is. And again, it's going to include that description. So you want to edit that out. Get rid of that and put in whatever information you have with that. And then I can do that again. For fun, let's do an image. Let's do slide image URL. Yeah, so let's, I showed you how to upload images. You missed it? Okay, we could do that again. We'll do the... Yeah. So let's see. Open Image Manager. So whenever you upload, there will be like a browse server option as well. Let's go. Sure. You want to, so specifically you're talking about, you want to know how to fill in this information? Okay, yeah, we can do that really quick. So I'm going to go to Lib Apps. Where is it? My profile. Yeah. So in your profile, you're going to have this little box, pronouns, profile image, upload a new profile image, select image. Let's say I just include that. Yeah, and it's going to include that image right there. Do not display. In terms of contact information, at most I probably just include my LinkedIn or something. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, that's the gist of that. Really quickly, I'll include the image again. So if I want to include an image test, rich text /HTML, then I'm going to click that image box. I want to click browse server if I don't have a URL. And then I have some of these tools right here. This is D&D Beyond. Save. Oh my gosh. Here, let me delete this. Upload new image. It was already there, but let me re-upload it. So here we go. I've uploaded that image from my desktop, and then I can edit the width and height of it. Let's see. I want it to be 500. I don't want it to be that big. Save and close. There we go. It shows D&D Beyond right there for me. So that's one way of uploading an image. Another way is through a URL. Again, I'm going to click that little icon. Let me grab one of my URLs. I'm going to do an image of a show called Critical Role that plays Dungeons and Dragons. I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to click some random spot so then it loads it. And there it goes. It retrieves the image from the URL that I just pasted in there. And again, I can edit the dimensions if I want to. Click OK, save and close. And that's another image uploaded. Let me go back to the gallery. If I want to go back and edit the slides, I'm going to click that little cog icon. Let's see, let's add a new one, image. Let's do a random show again. Let's do dimension 20. There we go. It has that image. Save and return to guide. And so now that I've preset this as a gallery, I can click that little arrow and it'll go through all those different slides that I've made in those settings. So again, if I want to go back, just click that cog. Here we go. This doesn't have any text. I can click that edit button and test. There we go. I've added text to it, save and return, and it should show that at the bottom. So up to your creativity to manipulate that. So that's how you create a gallery. And then with the tabbed box, as I mentioned before, and this main one, we have this best bet box, which has different tabs. Just gonna add box. Best bet. And then I'm just gonna click tabbed. Save. Again, clicking that gear item. Jeez, that's irritating. Sometimes you have to just zoom out. It's not gonna show me. Let's try that again. Best bet. Tabbed. Oh. Cog. Alright, here we go. Add/edit tabs. So I want a best bet of the book, and I want to know what's the best D&D show. There we go. Save positions, close. And so now I have these two different tabs, and they work the same as the other boxes, where I can just add a different media in there or a book the same way that we were working at before. But that's just how you create those different tabs. In terms of theme and such, everything that you want to manipulate, your overall like colors and such, are going to be right here mainly. Let's see. Tab and box options. There you go. And here you can manipulate how you want your boxes to look. You want them to look more square, you want them to look more round. Active background, red, active font, black. The same thing with the box options. This is going to look horrendous, whatever I'm doing right now. But I just click save. And just playing around, you can see which of those settings changes what, essentially. So you can see that through those changes, I have some different colors on the screen. I've mentioned also that you'll see some LibGuides, instead of having tabs at the top, they'll have tabs on the side. If you want more of that layout, you want to go here, preferably at the beginning before you make everything. You go to Guide Navigation Layout, and you want to do the tab, the side nav layout. What we have right now is the tab one. And it's going to show these onto the side now. Just a personal preference. You lose that sort of columns with this side nav. It's more of a single scroll page that you're working with. So whatever works with your guide, manipulate it how you think it's best. Personally, I think the tab one looks good for mine, so that's what I'm sticking with. And this button right here, you may want to add like a discussion post for your LibGuide. Just basic sort of add new discussion. Who's your fave character? Test. This post is a question. Create discussion. There you go. You've made a discussion post for your LibGuide. I think I've covered all of the basics here. And if I ever want to go back, let's see. Let's look at my main original one. Typical best practices. You may want to include a navigation guide on the side of the column to let users know how to navigate through your guide. And then also, personally, I haven't seen this that much, but I like to include a My Bias box. It's not as serious with D&D, but maybe with others it'd be more appropriate. Just a little description of why you're picking what you're picking. Let's see. Let's see if there are any other things that I can include. Yeah, and if you want to include like additional resources, and then I haven't included a citations page with this final workshop, which is not a good thing. Yeah, but besides that, that's all I have to share. So does anyone have any particular questions or need something repeated?
Yeah, I want to repeat the slide.
The image gallery? Yeah, we could do that. So I'm gonna add a box, name it gallery. Type, I want it to be a gallery. I'm going to click save. And it says to create content for this box, use the gear icon in the box header. So I'm going to go to that gear icon that it's talking about. And then I'm going to go over here where my eye leads me to add new slide. And then I pick whatever I want. It's mainly going to be either an image or a book. So I'm going to click that book. And then this interface, I could type whatever book I want. So let's do Pride and Prejudice. I'm going to click add. I don't want that description. I didn't write that. So I'm going to get rid of it. And I'm going to type my own description. A great book. I'm going to click save. So that's one slide. And then if you want to do another one, there you go. Image. I'm going to upload an image. Here, let's delete an old one so then I can re-upload it. Upload new image. Oh my gosh. There we go. Save. And now has that image. Kind of want to include a description. Save. Done. So now you have 2 slides.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of course. And this is very large, so maybe go back. Where is that? Max image height, transition speed, slide. Let's see, let's do this 50. Will that make it smaller? Yes, it did. All right. Any other specific questions? All right, well, thank you guys, and feel free to contact me if you have any further questions. I'd love to help out. Yeah.
How to connect with you?
My email, it's just langc2@Simmons. I'll write it down for you.
Okay.
Of course. All right.